I am on day 15 of a juice fast, and the number one question that I get is, of course, why are you doing a juice fast? I'm somebody who's already relatively in shape, active. So, why me? Why do a juice fast? Why keep pursuing this journey of raw foods and juice? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 3 reasons why everyone needs to do a juice fast. So, are you ready? Let's go! What's up, Raw Rebels? Blake here. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. And I'm super excited to share this video with you because I'm getting a lot of questions like, man, why are you juice fasting? You just did one a few months ago. You know, you're always working out anyway. I don't understand why somebody like you who's, already fit, why would you be doing a juice fast? So in this video, sharing the top 3 reasons why I'm doing a juice fast right now as somebody who's been on the health and fitness journey for 2.5 decades and helping other people on their health and fitness journey for a decade and a half since I became certified as a personal trainer in 2010. I've got to try out all sorts of methodologies, whether it's different workouts, different diets, different sleep regimens, intermittent fasting, sauna, ice bath, breath work, yoga, you name it. And juice fasting, at least in my personal experience, since I radically changed how I ate and started working out as a former sedentary person, at least during the wintertime as a teenager, and then had that weight loss experience and, the glow up that followed. 2.5 decades later, finding juice fasting and integrating that in my process has been just like, boom. And that's why I'm doing another juice fast, even though I just did one in February and now we are in July. Reason number 1 why I'm doing a juice fast is the weight loss. When you're fasting on juices, when done correctly, you are not going to lose much muscle mass at all. What you are going to lose is fat, and you are going to lose matter that is stuck inside you, that is part of the number that shows up on the scale. Okay, this matter is undigested fecal matter that is in your digestive tract, which runs from your mouth to your behind. Now, this matter can weigh anywhere between, a couple pounds to some people it's weighed a lot, 20 plus pounds. In some cases, it's pretty extreme, a lot more extreme than that because they've autopsied people, looked in the colon and they're just like, what is this? It's just this massive mass of crud that lines your intestines. So, you get that stuff out of you, right, during a juice fast. That's amazing. That's weight that's not showing up on the scale. That's weight that's not on your joints when you're exercising and doing pull-ups and wishing you were lighter. All right. But then, because you're cleaning out your body and that's less metabolic stress on cleaning up that mess because it pollutes your body just sitting in there, now you're really going to start to amp up your body's ability to burn fat, build muscle, and achieve a higher level of fitness. I've noticed my cardio has gone up and I've gotten leaner. And my body is starting to look very much like it did at the height of my personal training career when I was just shredded and jacked because all I was doing was working out all the time. How am I achieving that same physiological look and those same results in my fitness capabilities when I'm not working out all the time and running around like crazy as a personal trainer and burning out my adrenal glands? Well, it's amazing. It's because of, raw foods, but juice fasting is really going to kickstart you into that process of proper weight loss and redesigning your body's composition. Reason number 2 for doing a juice fast is cleaning out your body. We were talking about that matter that gets stuck inside you. This matter is called mucoid plaque. There's a controversy where some people will argue that, hey, it's actually not even real. Because when you're doing a juice fast or a water fast, or maybe just even a detox or a cleanse, and you start using different herbs and different supplements, some of these supplements, such as psyllium husk, they are coagulators and binders, all right? And they puff up when they come in contact with water. So the naysayers of this matter think that, okay, well, you pull this gunk out of your body and it looks like the shape of an intestine, and it's dark. It's very foul smelling odor, typically. Depending on what type of detox your body is doing, whether it's just the stuck matter in the intestines and the colon, or if your liver and gallbladder are dumping toxins, into your digestive tract, then it can get a little bit more oily and even darker. And sometimes it's harder in consistency. So they think that it's just, these supplements that you're taking that are taking form and taking the shape of your digestive tract, and then that's what's coming out of your body. No. All right. Your body might be releasing some of the toxins and eliminating some of the coating of your digestive tract, so it's free to be eliminated. And then those binders might bind to it. So it might give it a little bit more volume, or it might give it a little bit more shape or size. Okay, but that doesn't mean that this stuff is a myth. The longer this stuff stays inside you, the more it's going to grow. No matter what you eat, really. But if you eat something that's starchy or something that is like animal products, especially those two things combined, that is like glue. And it gets stuck to the inside of your body like glue. And that's going to keep building as you age. I'm somebody who's 39 years old, so I know that I'm approaching my 40s. But I've never been someone who subscribed to the thought of like, I'm just getting older. How many times have you heard that, guys? Oh, I'm just getting older. I'm starting to feel my age. Well, no, you're not. It's just because you have an extra decade or an extra year or extra however long of that matter sitting inside you, polluting your body and holding you down like a lead weight. All right. It's the cornerstone number one thing that affects your health and vitality. If you want to look and feel and function your absolute best, like I said, I'm approaching how I was at, my most fit, although at my most fit, I wasn't necessarily my most healthy, because I think I was burning my adrenals and burning the midnight oil. Okay, what if I can maintain this calm sort of demeanor and have the ripped, shredded, jacked body, only do one workout a day, and sometimes have rest days, and have a clear mind and have time for other investments in myself and in my friends and family and my interests? Well, I would choose the latter option, of course. Okay. So this is going to free you. If you want to be freed from the matrix, okay, free your body from these poisons, get that gunk out of you. All right. And then you're going to feel rejuvenated. Like you lost all those decades that, not you lost, but like all those decades that stuff was adding up, you're going to be rewinding the clock. Reason number 3 to do a juice fast is the energetic side of things. We just talked about how getting the mucoid plaque out of your body, and it's not just the stuck matter that's in your intestines, it's also in between every cell in your body there can be toxins. You're rebuilding your body from a clean foundation and a pure, unpoisoned foundation all the way back anew again, all right, from scratch, like a brand new human being when you do this and when you go down this road. Or at least you reset yourself back to a previous time. And then if you want to have some of those foods that you know is going to build that gunk inside you, all right, now you have a tool in your toolbox. You know how to get it out again. Okay, but that's probably not going to happen because you're going to make that mental association between the stuff that's coming out and what you did to put it there in the first place. And you're like, no. I'm not going to go back to chowing down my pizzas and rice. Okay, that's where the mental side of things comes into play, because yes, you're detoxing. Yes, you're cleansing. Yes, you're losing weight. Yes, you're cleaning up your body and resetting the clock back to being a rejuvenated, younger, vibrant, energetic version of yourself that you always wanted to be, and probably even better. Like I said, I was, really fit. The way my body's starting to look again. But that was not sustainable, and that was burning me out. And that was making my psyche and my emotions start to not feel the greatest all the time. And right now I'm just so calm and nothing really seems to bother me. Sometimes I feel like the universe is testing, like, is he for real? Does he really mean this? So they'll put somebody smoking a cigarette right on the beach next to me, right? Or they'll, put a barking dog right next to me just to test my mettle. Those things I don't allow those things to ruffle my feathers anymore, right? So not only are you doing all that stuff to clean, and you have a purpose for doing this, and you're achieving these amazing things, but you're literally not eating food while you're juice fasting. I told my dad that, that about all the different water fasts I did, and I'm not sure I told him much about the juice fast. I think I did. And it's just, he goes to the Western medical system for his problems, and he's got some problems. and he, I try to tell him, like, if he cleaned his body out, it would do wonders for him, right? But the thought of not eating just was so foreign to him. Okay. I told him, yeah, just water for 4.5 days, or, just juice for 23 days. It's almost like he didn't hear it. Almost like that thought didn't exist. I think he said something along the lines of, you mean you didn't eat anything that whole time? I'm like, yeah, Dad, that's what fasting is, my guy. Well, some people can't take that plunge. I shared with you, that's why I like doing sauna and ice bath, or anything really extreme like that, because it tests who you are. It pushes you to the limit. That's where you start to break the food addiction, guys. Every time I did a fast, whether it was juice fast or water fast, I eliminated some sort of bad habit or some sort of food that was holding me back, like popcorn, oatmeal. These are huge irritants to your bowels and your digestive tract, and huge mucus builders and mucoid plaque constructors. All right. I also naturally, cannabis just kind of drifted away. I have no desire really to mess with the cannabis anymore. Maybe in like a salve or something like that. But I don't really feel like I need to, have the THC and feel the effects of that. I also quit drinking, Wasn't a heavy drinker, but I could definitely take down some beer, Oh yeah. And be back in the gym the next day running or working out, but there is no free lunch, guys. There's cause and effect. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. All right. So you go down this road, you're going to have cravings. You're going to have to face some of these things that physiological impulse, or like I said, the energetic, the mental, emotional impulse to eat. You're gonna face all these things. And maybe I'm a bit of a control freak, or maybe I just like to be free. I like to be free of things controlling me. Sometimes in our lives, we feel like we have no control. So we seek to escape that, or we seek out maybe not the healthiest outlet to exercise control over something, whether it's a person. I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, okay? Because it's different for everybody. And sometimes, yeah, it can be kind of a dark feeling. It can be kind of a dark shadow work type of situation where you have to, go to battle with your inner demons. Okay. Maybe I'll show you guys some of my earlier YouTube videos, but I was such a different person. Oh my dear Lord. I watch them sometimes and, I know people watch their old videos and they're like, oh, I was so cringe. I'm like, yeah, okay, probably. I was cringe, whatever, of course. But I just marvel at who is this guy? I used to be like, hey, what's up, guys? Feeling like I have to entertain or please people or whatever. I don't know how I became this calm. I thought I would never settle down. Getting in touch with yourself in a fast or a juice fast just by removing food, okay, and dealing with those energy lulls, ups and downs, and letting your thoughts go clear and letting your feelings go quiet for a little while. You start to just have reverence for everything. You start to have compassion for that person smoking a cigarette, or that person who allows their dog to bark. They just haven't gotten there yet. They just haven't done these hard things. Doing these hard things like this is what shapes you into the person you are, and you get to reap the fruits of your labors by doing something like this, by going through a transformation like this. You get to lose weight. You get to clean yourself out and get all the health and energy that you could ever want, and return back to a younger age physiologically, before your eyes, where people are giving you compliments, almost like they're bewildered when you tell them your real age. You got to just be grateful and humble about that. But hey, you can pat yourself on the back a little bit. Job well done. Okay. And then number 3, I like to be calm. This is a crazy world we live in. I like to be chill. I like to not get my feathers ruffled. And the less that you allow yourself to go to those negative places in your heart and in your mind, then you're actually doing less damage to your body, releasing less stress hormones into your body. So you're even further exacerbating this entire transformation process into the best you. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and smash the subscribe button, punch the like button, comment below with any questions, comments, or concerns. I answer all my comments. And until next time, guys, I will talk soon. Peace.